The current set of select graphs examines distinctions in ratings crossed by the number of hours students sleep on average on school nights. The majority of measures in the survey are correlated linearly with hours of sleep, with students who sleep more on school nights reporting meaningfully higher scores throughout the survey. Unless stated otherwise, all distinctions or associations mentioned in this presentation are statistically significant. A typical finding across student surveys conducted by LMI: those who sleep more on school nights report in greater proportion in the earlier grades, while those who get less sleep on school nights report in greater proportion in the upper grades. Another common finding: those who sleep more on school nights report in much greater proportion as males, while those who sleep less than 6 hours on average on school nights report in greater proportion identifying their gender as one other than male or female, or that they prefer not to identify their gender at all. An unfortunate but typical finding: those who sleep less on school nights identify in greater proportion as members of the LGBTQ2S+ community, or that they prefer not to identify whether they are a member. In part influenced by an older age, those who get less sleep on school nights report spending more time on homework each day during the school week. They also report spending more time on social media each day during the school week. Although not a large gap, those students who get less sleep on school nights report in greater proportion receiving outside tutoring support other than extra help provided by their schools. Students who get less than 6 hours of sleep on an average school night report much lesser overall satisfaction with their respective schools. These students also report lesser agreement with the statements: "At least some of my teachers know who I am outside of the classroom," "I am comfortable being myself at school," "I am enthusiastically involved in out-of-classroom activities," "I am passionate about the study of at least one subject," and "I enjoy the social aspect of my dining experience at school." Students who get less sleep on school nights, particularly those who sleep less than 6 hours on average, report much lesser agreement with the statements: "I feel a strong sense of belonging at the school," "I feel capable of handling the day-to-day academic workload," and "I feel emotionally safe while at school." Students who sleep less than 6 hours on school nights report lesser agreement with the statement: "I feel encouraged to express my opinion." Students who get more sleep on school nights report greater agreement with the statement: "I feel I have personal control over most of my successes and failures." In contrast, those who get less than 6 hours of sleep on school nights report lesser agreement with the statements: "I feel respected and valued at school," "I feel that I gain meaningful positive value from being a member of the school community," "I feel that I make a meaningful positive contribution to the experience of others within the school community," "I feel treated as an individual with unique needs, interests, and talents," "I feel well supported at school as I strive to meet my potential," "I have at least one close friend at school," "My school experience has helped me learn to engage constructively with people holding different perspectives from my own," and "The school deals well with issues of bullying on campus." Students who get more sleep report greater agreement with the statement: "The school encourages a love of learning in me." And those who get less than 6 hours of sleep on school nights report lesser agreement with the statement: "There is at least one trusted adult I can talk to at school." Looking to the series of skills measures, those who get less than 6 hours of sleep on school nights report lesser self-appraised preparedness for adapting to face new challenges, advocating for themselves, approaching life with intellectual curiosity, assuming a leadership role, conducting themselves with confidence, and coping with peer pressure. With progressively more sleep, students report greater self-appraised preparedness for handling stressful situations. In contrast, those who get less than 6 hours of sleep on school nights on average report lesser self-appraised preparedness for interacting in a diverse environment. Those who get less sleep on school nights report lesser self-appraised preparedness for making choices that support their emotional well-being. They also report lesser self-appraised preparedness for organizing time effectively. In particular, those who get less than 6 hours of sleep on school nights report lesser self-appraised preparedness for setting high expectations for themselves, thinking creatively, thinking critically, working cooperatively in a group, and working independently. An important distinction, those who get less than 6 hours of sleep on school nights report in much greater proportion having been personally affected by experiences of discrimination at school.